Good afternoon and thanks for joining us. A man is recovering in hospital after a shooting in the West Flat on Sunday. A little after 4 p.m., police were called to the 900 block of 13th Street West for reports that a man had been shot. Officers found a man suffering from injuries consistent with a gunshot and was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police believe they used a shotgun. Officers identified two males who were in the area before the shooting, both wearing dark clothes with one riding a black electric scooter. Police are asking for assistance in identifying the two suspects. If anyone witnessed the incident, heard a loud bang, or has video surveillance, they can contact Prince Albert Police or Crime Stoppers. RCMP in Pelican Narrows have arrested a suspect in relation to a homicide in Sandy Bay. Last Sunday morning around 4:30, RCMP found 19-year-old Sylvain Grenier dead in a home. They issued an arrest warrant for 23-year-old Chastity Charolette Rose Clark. She was known to visit Prince Albert, Pelican Narrows, Sandy Bay, and South End. On Friday, police arrested her in Pelican Narrows. She was scheduled to appear in provincial court today, charged with manslaughter. Prince Albert RCMP are investigating after a firearm was discharged in the community of Little Red River. On Sunday, at about 3:15 in the morning, police received a report of a firearm discharge in the community. Officers learned two vehicles drove by a home, a firearm was discharged, and the home was struck. The occupants inside the home were not injured. RCMP located one of the suspect vehicles abandoned on a nearby grid road, but they're still looking for the second, described as a black car with a silver stripe and bright headlights. A man was arrested during the search, but was found to be not involved with the incident. Jeff, as promised, it was free car wash day or free shower day if you were running out of water. But how long is this going to keep up?
You know, it looks like it's winding down as we make our way into the overnight period, John. And then as we get into the next few days, temperatures are actually going to be quite warm. Some places, including the Prince Albert area, certainly seeing temperatures that are going to be above seasonal values. And we don't get into this sort of, I'll say, dicey weather until Sunday and Monday. But we'll talk about those numbers later on. We are keeping our eye, obviously, in this big area, this low pressure area, sort of slowly moving out of Saskatchewan, but swirling around counterclockwise fashion. You can see the motion there, but eventually it's going to get out of our way, and we're going to start to see more in the way of stability and certainly warmer temperatures.
Following the most recent round of tariffs imposed by the United States, pulling American liquor from the shelves has once again become a topic of debate among provincial leaders. With a 50% tariff now impacting many Canadian goods, most provinces have taken American liquor off the shelves. The provincial NDP is calling on the Saskatchewan government to follow suit.
By itself, it's rather insignificant compared to energy and minerals and resources, and so the vehicles and finished goods. But because of its perception, because of its usage, because of its now becoming an influence point, a trigger point for a lot of these continued debates, to me, that's why it needs to be explored.
Premier Scott Moe told media that the topic was being discussed, but did not specify if American liquor would be pulled from Canadian shelves anytime soon. And Saskatchewan Premier Scott Moe is standing with the Prime Minister and the rest of Canada. He's disappointed the Americans tried to add last-minute clauses, killing the trade deal. He added 50% tariffs on some Canadian goods violates the current CUSMA trade deal.
I think first and foremost, we need to recognize in the broader context that we do have a trade agreement with the United States of America. It's a CUSMA agreement. There are violations that are happening of that agreement when it comes to aluminum, autos, steel products like manufactured goods, and in the forestry sector as well.
And Canadian markets reacting to the fallout of last week. The Canadian dollar is headed for its worst performance in more than 2 months. The loonie fell to 72.15 cents US today compared to 72.67 cents Friday. Market experts say the new tariffs on about $28 billion worth of Canadian goods threatens the economic pickup that was expected in the coming months. They add Carney's pledge to match US tariffs dollar for dollar poses a further risk to investor confidence. Thousands gathered at Fort Carlton yesterday to commemorate 150 years since the signing of Treaty 6. Chiefs and dignitaries led the grand entry, recognizing the historic milestone. On August 23, 1876, Indigenous leaders and the Crown signed Treaty 6, setting out agreements and obligations for living together on the land. To honor the 150th anniversary, a 50-foot-tall steel teepee monument is also being installed at the site. Beardy's in Okamesa's Cree Nation is leading with the project, with the province contributing $140,000. The monument is intended to stand as a lasting reminder of the treaty, as Premier Scott Moe renewed the province's commitment to treaty obligations.
It's very important to have a monument. It's something that's going to be there for a long time for our future generations to see.
We should talk and we should move forward together. We won't always agree. However, if we continue to talk and we can set our differences aside, we can truly build something that's better for tomorrow, for our children, for the next generation.
Governor General Louise Arbour, who represents the Crown, also spoke about the importance of upholding the promises made under Treaty 6. The federal government says it's still waiting for a response from the FSIN about a forensic audit into years of spending. Indigenous Services Minister Mandy Gull-Mastey says the findings of a forensic audit asking to repay nearly $29 million have been shared with the FSIN. That information was handed over in March, and while she waits for a response, she wants Indigenous people to know that accountability is paramount, especially how public funds are being spent. She adds the FSIN will also have to answer to the 74 First Nations it represents.
Everybody who's in a leadership role, this is part of your mantra. You're not just being voted into a role. Your role is to make decisions and to support the community in making progress to what the vision is that they want, and they expect their members to deliver for them.
The FSIN has not responded to CTV's request to respond to the audit. A 9-year-old girl killed at a Saskatoon crosswalk is being honored with a memorial. A new bench has been set up at Mayfair Community School in honor of Bailey Maurice. The girl was 9 years old when she was hit and killed while crossing 33rd Street West on her scooter in September 2021. Taylor Kennedy was charged with impaired driving causing death, but the charge was stayed after the case took too long to get to trial. Bailey's aunt says this bench offers a bright spot for the family after dark years in and out of courtrooms.
When family is missing her, they can come here and sit and pray and watch their little ones as they make new memories at this park.
Bailey's family is reminding drivers to take extra caution and be mindful of student pedestrians with another school year starting next week. Saskatoon fire crews were called to a fire at a processing plant in Corman Park on Friday. The fire was reported on South Floral Siding Road around 10 o'clock Friday evening. Corman Park police, who led the investigation, say the fire began in a piece of equipment. It was initially fought by staff with fire extinguishers, and the Saskatoon Fire Department arrived to ensure the fire was fully out. Nobody was injured. Dozens gathered at a Saskatoon high school on Saturday to try adapted sports and learn about opportunities to stay active. There were 12 stations showcasing adaptive sports from wheelchair basketball to wheelchair obstacle course, goalball, and adaptive soccer. The event is in partnership with Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports Association and Special Olympics Saskatchewan and develop pediatric physical therapy. There were about 80 participants at the event.
We wanted to give opportunity to show all abilities how to move and make sure that they're aware of opportunities, a way to stay physical, and just have fun with their community.
Zeri says 5 families have already expressed interest in wheelchair basketball after participating in the event. When we come back, preparations are underway at Sacred Heart Cathedral. Jasmine finds out about the upcoming fall market and garage sale.
I am at Sacred Heart Cathedral with Linda and Jerry, who are working on the upcoming fall market and garage sale that's going to be happening here in a few weeks. So, Linda, we'll get started with you over here. When exactly is this market and garage sale going to be happening, and where is it?
Saturday, September the 12th, in the basement of the cathedral here. So everyone's welcome. And 9 till 4, and it has been 2 days in the past, but we're only trying a one-day this year due to lack of volunteers.
For the garage sale, Jerry, how does that element work? Do people just, show up and sell their own items, or what is the process for that?
Everything is set up. We'll be doing setup and accepting donations on Friday if anybody has anything they would want, and also for produce and baking, those kinds of things. But then it's all set up, and there's no entry fee or anything, and it's all donations. So you just bring your own bags, please, and then you just do your shopping through the flea market. There's jewelry, there's bookstore, all the housewares, and then there's the baking section, produce, vegetables. So
the money from the market and garage sale, does any of that go, is that like a fundraiser here, or?
Yes. So the improvement project, Sacred Heart Improvement Project, has been years, probably 50 years at least, and it's primarily for maintenance. The cathedral's 112 years old, so there's lots of upkeep with heating systems and roofing and all of those kinds of things.
People in our community are very supportive, and we get usually a nice crowd, so we're happy. And there's hot dogs, I think, coming this year at lunch too.
And homemade pies. There's a canteen with so some people come just to visit and have their pie and their coffee and visit. And there's also there'll be one, I think, 50-50 draw this year instead of multiple ones, because it's only a one-day thing. So the Knights of Columbus are heading that up. And then there's raffle tickets and prizes, store prizes and things. So there's lots.
We're looking for younger volunteers all the time. But the camaraderie in the church here is fabulous. So it really makes it easy to volunteer. So don't be shy, volunteer.
And a shout out to St. Mary's High School. They bring over students, I believe, from their Christian ethics classes to help with setup and things.
If someone is looking to volunteer, do they have to be a member of the church?
No, not at all. Although you're welcome to become a member of the church also. But no, we would be happy. I think you would have, for sure, my contact information.
I have a sister visiting from Alberta, and she's working that day. So we import them from all over.
What would you guys say to encourage someone else to start volunteering?
I think it's the camaraderie. You make friends. You never feel alone. You're never having to do something all by yourself. There's always somebody to help. And nobody's critical. Very critical. Okay, so it's just easy to volunteer here. And it's fun. We have a good time.
To meet people. We have 3 different masses, and so we don't always get a chance to see each other as we're going to different ones. So for new volunteers, it's just a great way to meet people and make some connections.
If someone's interested in finding either more information out about the market and garage sale, or if they're interested in maybe volunteering, is there a phone number or a social media page or a website that they can use?
Or an email would be gtrwoods@gmail.com. We've also posted in the Facebook buy and sell pages and those kinds of things, so I can put those postings up again and make sure people have contact information as they're interested in having it.
So if you're thinking of coming out to support the church's, upkeep and upgrades here, or if you're thinking of maybe becoming a volunteer and having some socializing, helping out in the community, you can reach out to these ladies here, and I'm sure they would be happy to set you up. So thank you both for meeting with me and doing this interview.
Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate your help.
We really appreciate it.
Jeff previews the upcoming week of weather after a short break. Then youth mental health returns to pre-pandemic levels, but another troubling trend is on the rise. All right, Jeff, did you make the most of that warm weather weekend? I know the wind picked up, but it was definitely a nice time to be outside.
Yeah, I was outside for a little bit of it, not the entire weekend. But yes, the wind was significant yesterday. There's no question about that.
That's for sure. What do we have coming this week?
Well, it will be windy again. Tomorrow's going to be a windy day, but it doesn't look as though it's going to be the kind of day that has rain to go along with that wind. That's what we've been dealing with today. And you can see this sort of situation with this low pressure area. And it's slowly moving, but it is slowly moving, and it will make its way into Manitoba. But still some strong winds on the backhand side, so northerly winds, in some places dealing with wind gusts up around 50 kilometers an hour. So there is going to be wind in play for tomorrow, but it looks like the inclement, or at least the active weather as far as rain goes, will be done for the week. It might be coming back for the weekend. Yeah, I know you're not happy to hear me say that, but ultimately we'll get to those numbers and show you what I'm talking about. So there you can see that bullseye of low pressure moving out of Saskatchewan into Manitoba. On the backhand side, still some active weather, but mostly becomes a Manitoba and Northern Ontario phenomenon. And as you can see, those pressure lines getting a little close together. So yes, we do anticipate some windy conditions out there. So for a number of locations throughout the Lakeland region, we're dealing with partly cloudy skies, clearing skies, we shall say, a risk of a thunderstorm and a chance of some showers as they sort of taper off in the overnight. 10 degrees for Spirit Wood as an overnight temperature, 11 for the Battlefords, 13 for Candle Lake and Birch Hills, as well as Roster, and 15 the overnight temperature for Nipawin, and 13 in Melfort. Now on to tomorrow, where temperatures are pretty much seasonal or slightly above in some locations. 23 for Spirit Wood, 24 for the Battlefords, the same for Candle Lake and Birch Hills and Roster. Mainly cloudy skies in these areas, and mainly cloudy as well in Nipawin with a high of 25 degrees. Melfort mainly cloudy and 23. Here is the details for Prince Albert and area. So tonight we've got ourselves the showers tapering off tonight. Risk of a thunderstorm while those showers are still in play. 13 degrees, winds out of the northwest at 20. And then as we roll into Tuesday, we've got ourselves 24 degrees, so that's at or slightly above seasonal. I would say it's probably just slightly above seasonal. Mainly cloudy conditions. The winds back off, so it's going to be a relatively pleasant day in that respect. Yes, you might want a bit more sunshine, but we'll take the warm temperatures. But we get a lot more in the way of sunshine on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Mainly sunny skies. And as you can see, the temperatures basically around 27 degrees for those 3 days. And then Saturday, still not too bad at 24 degrees. And then, well, Sunday, a chance of showers, risk of a thunderstorm, dropping down to 20 degrees, recovering temperature-wise a little bit, 22 degrees on Monday, but it comes with a 40% chance of showers, so a little bit of up and down there. But certainly midweek, we're looking at some pretty nice conditions in Prince Albert and area.
You got that right, Jeff. We'll take it one day at a time, and I guess depending on the season, that wind can either be nice, it kind of knocks away the bugs in the summer, but in the winter, not so much.
Not so much fun at all.
No. All right, well, Jeff, the Saskatoon Hilltops finally got back into the win column over the weekend.
The umbrellas. This time they fake the pitch outside. Deep down the sideline, it's Benerick, and he's got it. Touchdown, Hilltops.
Luke Bednarik had 4 catches for 79 yards and a touchdown, helping the Hilltops pick up a 36-26 win over Calgary. The win puts the Hilltops in a 3-way tie for second place with the Edmonton Wildcats and the Edmonton Huskies. The Hilltops are back on the road this weekend, taking on the Edmonton Wildcats. The Saskatchewan Roughriders have dropped back-to-back games for the first time this season after falling 30-16 in BC yesterday.
To the 23 of the Riders, Rourke with time again. Up in the end zone, touchdown!
Trevor Harris threw 1 touchdown but 2 interceptions, while Nathan Rourke finished with 2 touchdowns and just 1 interception. But the Riders say they took too many costly penalties last night.
You know, we were on such a damn good trajectory early in the season. I think like 2 weeks ago, we were number 1 in the league in taking penalties. And now we've kind of put ourselves and shot ourselves in the foot. I think we had 7 or 8 tonight. Last week, I think we had 8. So we got to get back to doing it. But it's not just the yards of the penalty. It's how expensive they are, what it actually takes off the board for your team.
Yeah, just miscommunication type stuff that we'll always keep in house. I've got to make sure that I don't do that emotionally. But obviously, when you're invested. Like we are, you're going to have some emotions fly out. I was pissed off in the moment. Stuff that we've got to make sure that we talk about and make sure we hammer out and get better. And I promise you we will. the only thing guaranteed in pro football is adversity. And we got a little adversity here. And that's something that I think will be catalyst for us and allow us to find out who we are and who we want to be moving forward.
Now 6-4 on the season, the Riders are still second in the West. They'll host the 5-5 Toronto Argonauts at Mosaic Stadium on Saturday.
Do you have a community event you would like to promote? Or maybe you'd like to draw attention to your organization. Let your local CTV station help you spread the word. Contact us at 306-922-6020 or email panews@ctv.ca. You can appear on CTV Prince Albert's News at 5 and get your message to our viewers.
A new survey finds the number of youth struggling with mental health has returned to pre-pandemic levels. The survey was done by the Center for Addiction and Mental Health. It found 46% of students grades 7 to 12 reported a moderate to serious level of psychological distress last year. That's down from 51% in 2023. The survey also found fewer students are using alcohol and drugs than in the past, and they're waiting longer before trying them for the first time. But the survey also found a dramatic rise in online gambling. 1 in 10 students placed a sports bet in 2025 compared to 1 in 100 in 2027. Where are they getting away with this? I mean, is there a bookie in homeroom or at the lunchroom?
Yeah. Jimmy the bookie. Yeah. Oh, no, I forgot. Yeah, it's all online.
There you go. They need guidance, and maybe they could get guidance from this one. A 6-year-old boy in Australia is on a mission to reduce waste in his community.
He wants to run a waste management company. He will do a great job.
Thomas Aldworth loved racing outside the house to look at his garbage trucks, and one day a collector handed him a bin, expecting him to push it back to the curb. But the moment sparked the boy's involvement with the local waste crew. And look at that. The garbage can, Jeff, is almost bigger, or it is bigger than him, but he's managing to handle it pretty well there. I like this.
Well, I love the fact the kid's got the gear. He's got the right outfit.
I can just see him walking home after a long day, kicking off those work boots and going, my dogs are barking.